In 2024, I was able to review over 100 perfumes, some of which I eventually decluttered. This is a compilation of reviews of my personal top 5 favorites for women. See caption for timestamps. Enjoy. If you can't afford 𝗪𝗲𝗂𝗧 𝗃𝗀, just get Nyla Vani-Elle by Arabiyat Prestige. This is yet another 𝗃𝗀𝗀 𝗃𝗾𝗂 inspiration on a budget. It opens with a burst of leather and powdery detergent like jasmine, followed with choco musk vanilla and then nose blindness immediately. Like I can't perceive anything at all. After like say 10 minutes, it's back and smells like milky choco vanilla and burnt caramel. At this time, the jasmine is no longer giving laundry detergent, but instead Amani My Way vibes, sweet bubblegummy jasmine mixed with tuberose. Over time, I've come to understand that the rubbery leather smell I get in 𝗃𝗀𝗀 latte dupes can also be interpreted as burnt caramel. 2 hours later, this smells like rich, milky, burnt caramel and vanilla. 12 hours later, I'm easily getting creamy toasted coffee, musk and vanilla. I can't say much about projection because of the nose blindness factor in this perfume. 1 minute you think it's gone and the next minute it's back in all its glory. 20 sprays of this perfume on my shirt lasted over 48 hours and still filled up my 15-feet laundry room easily. The first day I wore this perfume to work, the compliments from most of the women in the office were insane. This perfume had them in a chokehold. Office bestie just kept staring at me and the next thing she said was, "It's like I should start eating you. You are making me hungry." She said I smelled like toasted coconut candy and bounty candy. I have to admit that I roll my eyes at reviews that say, "Wear this perfume if you want your man to eat you up, but on more. Until you experience it, you will not believe it." This whole 𝗃𝗀𝗀 𝗃𝗀𝗃 DNA isn't really my jam, but given the reaction I got from this, girl, I'm adding this to the list of perfumes I wear when I need favors. Skip Paris Corner's Caramel Cascade and get this instead if you can't afford Lattafa's 𝗃𝗀𝗃𝗀. Caramel Cascade is more of rubbery leather, florals and milky chocolate than burnt caramel, but it does smell so much better after 4 months of macerating it. Then again, maybe the cold weather is to blame. The caramel and vanilla in Caramel Cascade aren't as dense compared to what you get from 𝗃𝗀𝗃𝗀 and Nyla Vani-Elle. Caramel Cascade will definitely suit those who don't like the sticky, sweet gooiness of 𝗃𝗀𝗃𝗀 and Nyla Vani-Elle. If you don't know what the 𝗃𝗀𝗃𝗃 DNA smells like, you can also check out this perfume oil from the house of Saint Elixir. The perfume oil sits nicely between Caramel Cascade and Lattafa's 𝗃𝗀𝗃𝗀. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys. 5 months ago, I introduced you guys to Arabiyat's Intense Musk, but quite a number of you didn't want to smell like a basic musk and patchouli forward Luxe Beauty bar soap. Today I give you all Supreme Musk by Bakhoor. This is a creamy, soapy, sweet, tart, powdery citrus, musk and patchouli perfume with some woods. Think Arabiyat's Intense Musk with some citrus and vanilla. These 2 notes elevate Supreme Musk above Intense Musk for those that don't want to smell like a basic bar or soap. This is a very linear scent from start to finish with a projection of up to 3 hours and easy 10 hours longevity on skin. It's easily an all year round signature scent, hot humid summers included too. A deluxe Luxe Beauty Queen. Lattafa's Ajwad Pink to Pink is one that had me crinkling my nose when I first heard it was built around a guava note. On the other hand, I was happy to hear that it had absolutely nothing to do with its obnoxious metallic big sister Ajwad, which I've long decluttered. I wasn't expecting the burst of realistic musky powdery sweet ripe guavas that hit me when I first sprayed this. Forget the guavas with a ripe core and focus on those ones with a deep reddish pink center. In the same opening, I thought maybe my nose was playing games with me because it seemed like the guava was blended with spicy rose, but as the sweet, juicy fruitiness of the perfume got intense, the rose got spicier and more prominent. Approaching the 2-hour mark, a peach-like note kicks in and together with the spicy rose, they push the guava notes to the far background. Also appearing at this time, but in the background as well, is a hint of chocolatey vanilla and smoky incensey woods. Something about this perfume reminds me of Delilah and Narcotic Flower by Maison Alhambra. Think of Delilah with a guava note and a toned down thick sugary green spicy rose. Then think of narcotic flower made sweeter, less airy and less floral. 4 to 5 hours in, Ajwad Pink to Pink develops into a sweet, glossy, musky, fruity floral scent, with rose being the only floral I can pick out at this point. The rose stays rosing. Performance on this is stunning at 4 hours of projection from 1 foot and 10 hours plus of longevity on skin. If you find Maison Alhambra's Delilah too rich and too dense for you, try sampling Ajwad Pink to Pink. This is a blind buy worthy fragrance for juicy, fruity floral lovers, but try sampling first, as I hear folks complaining yet again about the leather notes, which on my skin I don't pick. I'll see you guys in my next review. Bye guys. Hey guys, I finally got a sample of Lattafa's Teriaq. Let's get into it. Teriaq opens in the air like an uber feminine, sweet, powdery, musky floral plus caramel scent with bitter rubbery spices in the background. These bitter rubbery spices are pretty intense when smelled up close. In the air, Teriaq is hot. It is so good. I love it. But up close, ew. It smells chaotic, as though the floral notes aren't blending well with the rubbery spices. Within 10 minutes, Teriaq turns into a heavily honeyed caramel scent with bitter spices, musk, and florals. I don't get the bitter almonds until after like an hour thereabouts. The far dry down is a soft, musky floral with a touch of caramel at around 12 hours in. Some people are struggling with the leather notes, but I don't get that in here. Then again, maybe the leather is responsible for the rubberiness of the spices. Teriaq is definitely an interesting fragrance that doesn't smell like anything in my collection at the moment, and I'll probably be getting a full bottle of this. This sample review and 5 others to come soon to this channel were sponsored by 𝗬𝗏 and Musk. Thank you so much guys. If you live in Nigeria and you're looking for a dupe for Valentino Donna born in Roma, please check out Veltia by Imperio Cosmetics. This purchase was influenced by reviews from Bella Star and Renee's reviews. According to the brand's website, the notes for this perfume include red fruits, jasmine, vanilla, and musk. Veltia opens really sweet, fluffy, fruity, and a bit soapy fresh with some citrus. This is exactly what Maison Alhambra's 𝗀𝗏𝗃 should have been. Like fluffy sweetness overload and not that tasteless, boring soapy mess that I eventually had to declutter. It also reminds me of 𝗊𝗵𝗆 by 𝗏𝗏𝗃, though that one smells like a fusion of Giorgio Armani's My Way and 𝗀𝗏𝗃 by Maison Alhambra. If you love sticky, sweet, fluffy vanilla perfumes, get this. It is so freaking good. 15 to 30 minutes into wear, a bit of florals kick in as the perfume becomes slightly powdery and green, evoking that quinoa soup smell that I talked about in my update of 𝗀𝗏𝗃. Veltia turns woody after like 3 hours and stays that way till the far dry down, where it's giving creamy citrus, woods, musk and vanilla infused soap with the fluffiness markedly toned down. Again, I repeat, if you love sweet fragrances, get this, but it might be too much when the weather is ridiculously hot and humid. This is one perfume I was obsessed with for weeks when I first got it last year. With a projection of up to 3 hours from 1 fit and 12 hours longevity on skin, Veltia is just that intoxicatingly good. I'll see you guys in my next video, and don't forget to please hit the like, share or subscribe buttons if you found this video helpful. Bye guys. I have quite a number of perfumes marketed towards women in my collection, and out of the ones that I truly enjoy, Fragrance World's Your Way, which is inspired by Giorgio Armani's My Way, is hands down my #1 pick. This is tuberose done right, at least to my tastes. If you hated Lattafa's Fakar Rose just like I did, you need to get your nose on this perfume. It's a really sweet, airy, creamy bubblegummy tuberose with a slight fruity, juicy tartness as well as a citric freshness to it. The fruity, juicy accord smells like apple juice, but as time passes, it tones down a lot, revealing jasmine flower. Like I've said in past reviews, jasmine flower, when it's quite fruity and juicy, smells like apple juice to my nose. 2 hours later, this perfume settles into a deliciously rich and creamy, musky, ambery, 𝗪𝗂𝗊𝗪 tuberose with some spiciness and woods in the background. The far dry down comes in around the 6th hour, where it's giving sweet, fresh, fruity, citrus, tuberose, and vanilla. This is all I get up until when I have to shower for the night. Performance is solid with this one with matte projection even in the 7th hour when my body heats up. It lasts an easy 12 hours plus on my skin. Note, I've had this bottle for about 2 years now. This perfume sits beautifully between a girly girl perfume and a grown woman perfume. Absolutely to die for. Now, let's quickly take a look at the intense version. In the air, 𝗀𝗧𝗏 and 𝗀𝗧𝗏 Intense smell exactly the same. Sweet 𝗪𝗂𝗊𝗪 tuberose, vanilla, and citrus, but on my skin, it's a whole different ballgame. 𝗀𝗧𝗏 Intense opens on the creamy tart end of things. It's legit giving box spray vibes. The main accords of citrus, tuberose, jasmine, and vanilla are struggling in the background up until around the 15-minute mark, where they start to push through as creamy tart citrus, tuberose, and vanilla with less sweetness and less juiciness. 3 hours later, this smells like powdery citrus, florals, and vanilla, and I can't decisively say what floral notes I'm getting. The tuberose just isn't tuberosing at this point. This experience was super weird, and I decided to give it another testing before this review. The experience remained the same, but with a new revelation. There is a strong presence of coconut to that 𝗪𝗂𝗊𝗪 tuberose in both perfumes, despite coconut not being listed as one of the notes for both perfumes. Moving on to performance, 𝗀𝗧𝗏 Intense just isn't intense both in longevity and projection. I get about 1 to 2 hours of projection, and although it lasts over 10 hours on my skin, its presence on skin is nothing compared to what I get from 𝗀𝗏. I've had this bottle for over 6 months now. At the moment, I prefer 𝗀𝗏 over 𝗀𝗏 Intense. If you've used both perfumes before, what was your experience like? Do let us know in the comment section down below. Don't forget to please like, share, and subscribe if you found the video helpful, and I will see you guys in my next upload. Bye guys.